This video is the fifth in a series of Appalachian Mountain Club New Hampshire Chapter Paddlers Leadership Training videos. In the last three videos, we looked at requirements and guidelines that are from the Appalachian Mountain Club itself, from the chapter, and from the Paddlers Committee. In this video, and most of the ones that follow, we still are going to be looking at AMC, but a lot of the information would be valuable to people leading trips for other organizations or also just going out into the environment solo. For this video, we're going to show you a few pages from the AMC Leadership Handbook. We're going to go to the Leave No Trace website, and then we're going to look at some slides that are specific to paddling. Some of the requirements for an AMC leader's responsibilities include a responsibility to the group that you're going to be leading, the participants that are part of that group, the club, in this case the AMC that you're leading for, and also to yourself. But in addition to those, you also have a requirement to be responsible for the environment that you're in while you're planning and running this trip. And this video is going to be about AMC trips and the environment. I'm not going to read through these first couple slides. I've posted them just to indicate and emphasize that the AMC has a strong desire to work within the environment and with the environment so that we may enjoy it. Because while we may think of the environment as being rugged and permanent, it's a very fragile ecosystem, really. And if we're not careful with our outdoor recreation, we can have very detrimental and long-lasting effects. So to that end, we're trying to provide our leaders with a strong understanding of how to lead trips in the backcountry or out in the environment and have minimal impact. We'd also like the leaders to share this information with members of your group. There are a lot of members or participants on your group that may not have been out in the environment that much. They may be from more urban areas and just may not be used to some of the things that they do in urban areas that they really shouldn't do in the outdoor areas. There's a group called Leave No Trace, which has a wealth of information, and the Appalachian Mountain Club has partnered with them, and Leave No Trace provides a lot of training and certifies trainers. The club has some certified trainers, and they offer courses in Leave No Trace, but also many times you can take a course from the Leave No Trace organization itself, and the chapter may pay your tuition for you. So you would want to check with your paddling co-chairs to find out about that, or look on the website on the activity database to see if there's anything that's currently available. I'm on the Leave No Trace website called lnt.org, and there's a wealth of information here, and I'm really not going to go through any of it except to say that they have 7 principles of Leave No Trace, among other things, and I would encourage you to go to the website and take a look at some of this information. It may spur you to take some of their training. I'm going to look at paddling trips in the environment now. And as with any trip, we want to try and minimize our impact on the environment. And there are a number of ways that you can do that. But I'm going to talk specifically about the equipment that you bring from one body of water to another, which would be your boat, your paddle, your PFD. And boats can sometimes collect plant material and small, tiny animal material, and it stays on your boat. And then when you go to the next body of water, if the body that you have come from was contaminated with plants or animals that are harmful or just different from the body of water you're going to now, you don't want to bring those with you. So you want to take a look at your boat, clean it as necessary so that you can be as sure as you can be that you're not infecting new waters. This becomes particularly important on river systems because while the bottom of a river system may be infected, it might be difficult for those infections or those plants or animals to move upstream. But if you take a boat to further up that water system and put it in there, now you may have effectively carried that material up there and potentially contaminated the whole system below you. When we're on a trip, we want to carry in and carry out. We don't want to leave things behind. Don't leave, even if you brought your lunch and it's organic material, carry it out. A lot of that stuff that we think will decompose takes a long time. Also, if you have the opportunity, pick up other people's trash at the put-in or at the takeout or along the way if you can. And have a plan for human waste. That may be as simple as just telling the people, there's no facilities. At the put-in or takeout, you're going to have to go to the bathroom, somewhere along the way, and just be aware of that. But that said, there are always going to be some situations where people are going to, need to go to the bathroom. When you're there, try not to disturb the wildlife. And the reason I say try is sometimes you're on a narrow little pond or a narrow stream or river, and you simply cannot not disturb the environment or the wildlife. So, but if you have the opportunity to avoid them, take a look at them from a distance, bring a set of binoculars or a camera, but if you paddle up close to them or move up close to them if you're on land, and that causes them to change their behavior, you got too close. And also, don't pick up any animals. Don't pick up any plants. Leave them there. Animals really don't want you to be carrying them around or looking at them as if they're cute little toys. Also, if you see other things, such as artifacts, leave those where they were for others to enjoy when they come after you do. Respect other people's property. Do not trespass. If you must go onto someone else's property, try to, get a hold of them and ask them their permission. It's one thing if you're out at a put-in, but along the way, if you stop on shore and it's clearly, somebody's property, they mow the lawn, whatever, try to be respectful of that and try not to go onto their property. Also, respect others that are using the outdoors too. Other boaters, people fishing, especially people fishing. A lot of fishermen find that the fish are if you're on a river system, are in the same eddies that we like to go in. So if there's a fisherman fishing, you may choose to skip that eddy. Or if it's a wide river and there's people fishing on one side of the river and you can stay away from where they're fishing, by all means try to do that. We're trying basically to leave a good impression for the people that live in that area and also share that area with us. So one of the ways you could do that is buy local. Get your gas at a local gas station. Have something to eat at a local restaurant. I'd already mentioned about having a plan for human waste, but again, I'm going to mention that if you're at the put-in and a lot of people just feel that they can go to the bathroom anywhere they want. They shouldn't be doing that. They should have stopped somewhere else if there's no bathrooms. Some of our leaders actually have brought small pop-ups and a luggable loo or some other portable bathroom facility. The other thing is, if you're going to change your clothes, do that discreetly. A lot of the places that we paddle, the put-ins and takeouts, are very close, or if not right next to or on top of people's property. People's houses are within view of that. We really don't want the local people or anybody to be driving by or be in their house or outside and see you stripping down and changing and causing them some concern. So let's try and be a nice neighbor as we're paddling and be good to the environment. If you have any questions or comments, please send an email to paddling-leadership@amc-nh.org. Thanks for watching.